Hello, my name is Kazim Omidiji, the Director of Community Relations at San Diego Gas and Electric, and also one of 4,600 employees who work at SDGE regionally. As the cost of living continues to rise here in our region, many families are challenged with providing for their own basic needs to thrive within our communities. That's why SDGE is investing $10 million in shareholder funding through our Community Assistance Fund to help provide transformational level grants to our local nonprofits and expand their essential services to those who need it the most. Our grants will provide tangible, on-the-ground support such as food pantries and emergency rental assistance for those at risk of food insecurity and homelessness. At SDGE, our values to do the right thing, champion people, and shape the future governs everything that we do. Together, we can create a stronger, healthier community where everyone thrives.
CBS 8 is always working for you, but we're not the only ones working for our community. Hello and welcome to our second edition of our special Working for Our Community series. I'm Jenny Day. In a world that can have some heavy stuff going on, we also know that there are a lot of good people doing great things for others, and this is what this show is all about. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll introduce you to some incredible nonprofit organizations and the people behind them who are truly serving the greater good of San Diego. Let's start with Meals on Wheels, a nonprofit that has delivered hundreds of thousands of meals across San Diego. Their goal is to empower seniors to live on their own while also nourishing their bodies, minds, and spirits. CBS 8's Alex Kleinman rode along with one volunteer to see how the charity offers more than just Meals on Wheels.
For thousands of seniors living in San Diego County, Meals on Wheels is a vital lifeline. But the charity offers more than just a meal. It offers a friendly face and a sense of community.
Good morning, Meals on Wheels.
Thank you so much.
Charlotte Rubin has been volunteering with Meals on Wheels for over a year, but it doesn't feel like work to her.
I can't think of anything else you do where you know that every single person you talk to is going to say thank you. We appreciate you.
And if you ask the people who get meals from Charlotte, they say they don't do it for the food. Meals on Wheels is about taking care of each other.
The famous ladies here today.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine.
At 92 years old, Mary O'Malley depends on Meals on Wheels 5 days a week. The meals are a big help, especially since she's recovering from a heart attack last year.
I don't cook. And if the kids all are gone to work or not here, they know I'm getting a hot meal at noon, and also someone checks on me.
But the food isn't what she looks forward to the most.
I don't get it for the food. It's the wonderful people coming in.
Now a massive new grant is allowing Meals on Wheels to help out thousands of new people. San Diego Gas and Electric recently gave Meals on Wheels $500,000 through its Community Assistance Fund. Brent Wakefield, president and CEO of Meals on Wheels in San Diego County, says this is their largest grant ever.
I can't tell you how happy I was when I received the news. I about jumped out of my skin.
Right now, Meals on Wheels helps out about 2,000 seniors every day, but there are still many more people who need help.
Meals on Wheels provides a service that allows seniors to stay in their homes and to be more independent.
Brent says that San Diego's senior population will increase from about 650,000 people right now to nearly 1 million in 2030. This grant will help out in two big areas. One, it will allow Meals on Wheels to expand and serve more people, especially in underrepresented parts of the county.
We've been able to map the hidden hungry in San Diego County, and there are parts of the county where not even 2% of the need is being met, and that's alarming.
And two, this money will help with community outreach, spreading the word about what Meals on Wheels can do.
We need everybody, so it's a community undertaking, and the PSA dollars from SDGE are going to be instrumental in getting the word out there.
Brent says that many volunteers are surprised by how rewarding it is to give back.
Volunteers often they'll tell you, I get a lot more out of this than the client I'm delivering the meal to.
Charlotte feels the same way. and plans to keep volunteering as long as she can.
Yeah, why would I stop?
Alex Kleinman, CBS 8.
They really do so much good, and it's just so great to shed light on the positive. For more information on how to volunteer and donate, visit the Meals on Wheels website for San Diego County. You can see that link on the bottom of your screen. Meantime, Meals on Wheels is not the only organization fighting hunger here in San Diego. The Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank continues to feed record numbers of people in our county. Although school isn't in session during the summer, hunger takes no time off. That's why the food bank launched its Schools Out, Hunger's Not summer food drive. The food bank CEO, Casey Castillo, joined our Carlo Cicchetto in studio to discuss what this drive aims to accomplish.
You know, first off, I have the numbers. It's 44 million pounds of food served to San Diego County last year, 400,000 people a month. You work to get the message out. Do you think people understand how serious the food insecurity crisis is?
I think they're starting to. Inflation's impacting everyone, so I think people have an idea. But it's really our job to get more of that out there. We want to make sure people that can help are aware of our services, and people that need us are also aware of our services.
That's your mission. How do you make this happen? That's a lot of people.
Yeah, so we are the largest hunger relief organization in San Diego County. We're providing emergency and food assistance throughout San Diego County. We're able to do that by, as you mentioned, distributing 45 million pounds. We have 544 other nonprofit partners that help us do that. And through those efforts, we're able to serve, like you mentioned, and feed 400,000 people per month.
And the big thing we have going right now is School's Out, Hunger's Not, the food drive that we're partners with you on, proud to be several years now, SDGE as well. How is that going, and what is the purpose behind it for our viewers who haven't heard yet?
So tens of thousands of students receive free meals during the school year, but go possibly without during the summer months. That's why we created this campaign. You're right, CBS 8 is part of it, Sequan, SDGE, and PNC Bank. This allows us to work with Albertsons and Vons. If you want to give inside a store, you can buy a hunger bag. You can purchase non-perishable food items. All of that food comes to the San Diego Food Bank. It stocks our shelves and helps us serve the community.
You mentioned one of the partners, SDGE. They have, I believe, what's called a community assistance program, if I'm right, a fund, community assistance fund. How is that helping out in this program specifically?
Well, we were thrilled to be one of 21 recipients for their award. We received $300,000, so big award. And all 21 other nonprofit organizations are creating great impact in San Diego County. That's going to allow us to serve more people, really hundreds of thousands of others that need our help. A lot of that money is going to be allocated to purchase fresh produce. We have an initiative this year that we're going to not only distribute more food, but distribute more nutritious food. So that's fresh fruits and vegetables. So we're going to use a lot of that to purchase those items. We're going to also focus on our CalFresh outreach program, and also use those dollars to support some of our nonprofit partners in capacity grants.
Apologies for this. How many years have you been with the food bank now? I know it's been a while.
Yeah, I'll be celebrating 16 years in March.
And you've moved up to CEO now. How exciting is it for you to find new sources of food for the community and new ways to deliver it to people who are in need? Because being creative about this is part of what you guys do.
Well, one of my favorite parts of this job is the amazing partners that we get to work with. And it's really across the board. And these partners are helping us, with donations to help with the monetary needs that we have, and then other partners are helping us source that food. And so yes, we're always thrilled to bring more partners into this, because really it takes more than just one organization to meet the needs of San Diego County.
On that note, we've got about 30 seconds left. How can our viewers out there, how can the CBS 8 viewers help out the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank with the School's Out, Hunger's Not drive? I always say summer's out.
No, it's a tongue twister.
Summer's out. We've been doing it for years too. It's not like it's the first time. School's out, summer's not.
So visit any Vons or Albertsons throughout San Diego County. That's 72 stores.
Yeah.
You can make a monetary donation at the cash register. You can buy non-perishable items and place them in our famous red barrels at the front of the store, or visit our website, sandiegofoodbank.org.
Casey Castillo, thank you for your time today. Good luck with the rest of it. How much longer is the food drive lasting?
Ends on August 22nd.
But hunger's always an issue in San Diego, so if people want to get involved, go to the website.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, Casey.
Yeah, you can truly help year-round. So they launched this food drive because typically donations do tend to drop during the summer months. So CBS 8 caught up with the food bank after their Schools Out, Hunger's Not drive ended. And thanks to our generous community and all of their sponsors, they were able to raise 83,551 hunger bags. They also raised nearly 6,000 pounds of food from drop-offs in red barrels out in front of stores. This food will be distributed to the community over the next several weeks.
So because of all of that, we're going to be able to serve and feed tens of thousands of food insecure individuals throughout San Diego County. A big thank you to Vaughn's and Albertsons. All 72 of their stores were participating. Thank you to their team members and their amazing shoppers. Thank you to PNC Bank, Sequan, SDGE, and of course, CBS 8 for making all this possible.
Yeah, that is a good update. So the food bank has a couple of more food drives coming up, actually, including a peanut butter drive in October and a holiday food drive in November and December. For more information, you can visit their website, sandiegofoodbank.org. Well, another group that we'd like to spotlight is Just in Time for Foster Youth. They are helping bridge the gap for those getting out of the system. It started 20 years ago, and now each and every year they help about 3,000 foster youth transition into successful adults.
For me, it was normal. I was accustomed to instability.
People sometimes look at foster youth as being damaged and deficient.
On average, more than 2,000 kids are in foster care across San Diego County. Statistics provided by Just in Time show around 50% end up on the street after age 18.
It was due to my mom's mental health and my family criminal history as well.
Over the span of 11 years, Irving Chavez was in and out of 8 different homes.
I did not go to school until I went a few days first grade, and then I didn't go to school until in high school. Nothing in between, no homeschool, no anything.
Simply put, he says there was no responsible adult to take him. He couldn't write until the age of 14. Today, he's a college graduate.
You're looking for that comfortability. That connection to not just a community, but a connection to yourself. I mean, how can you say no to that?
Chavez discovered Just in Time for Foster Youth and now works for the nonprofit Inspiring the Next Generation. They want the focus to be more on empowering foster youth rather than just protecting them.
It's far too common where there are a lot of families, particularly families that are lower income, take in children for some of the economic benefits.
Don't be fooled by the name, though. Just in Time for Foster Youth is for those between the ages of 18 and 27, helping former foster kids in the system become self-sufficient adults. They'll help you apply for college or a job, teach you how to budget, get a driver's license, or even into your first home. Skills not always taught in school or at home.
People will come here because we are giving them a free laptop or giving them rental assistance. Because we told them, come here and get a lasting relationship, they would say, people have told me that before. I'm not going to fall for that again. Sure. But they'll come for the thing they know they need, and then they find that the relationships are here.
Relationships that are consistent and healthy, by far the most important thing they provide as they help young people work toward their goals.
How can you be successful? How can you have any sense of stability, or how can you take a risk if you don't have any kind of safety net?
In here, there's a cool place to hang, maybe even play a game, read a book. So if you are feeling inspired by this story, know that you can help even on a small scale. One thing that they're in need of is bus passes so that they can get to and from work or school.
Volunteers are the core of what we do. If we didn't have volunteers, this wouldn't work, because our whole thing is about a lasting relationship.
If you have time to make a difference or have an expertise like tax tips to share, Just in Time will find a spot for you. They primarily run on donations and just recently received $250,000 from San Diego Gas and Electric. Working for our community in the college area, Jenny Day, CBS 8. Yeah, there is so much good happening out there. And also for one San Diego couple, what started as a calling from a higher power has now led to the success of a nonprofit. 2911 helps pregnant women who would otherwise be homeless. 2911, a little nonprofit in El Cajon that's doing big things.
Got the opportunity to go back to school and get my medical assistant program going.
Mar Macedonio studying, all while becoming a new mom to 2-month-old Ronan.
I hope he becomes an astronaut or something.
She's lived at 2911 since January and says it's been a saving grace.
I did 4 years in prison and for transporting over the border.
Just days before her release, the plan was to sleep on the street.
I don't know how to describe the blessing that it is to be here and actually have the space to feel safe, the time to do the things you need to do to move forward in your life.
Pregnant moms are often turned away from traditional homeless shelters. 2911, however, has helped house 62 moms in 6 years.
After our third child was born, God just started stirring something in our hearts.
After doing mission work in Haiti and Mexico, it was time to serve here at home, specifically pregnant women who are experiencing homelessness. They created a warm and welcoming space. This little guy gave me a hug the minute I walked in the door and spent the rest of his time showing off his moves. The growing nonprofit now has a maternity home and an extended care program to help get mom back on her feet after the baby arrives. A third location in Lemon Grove was sadly just destroyed by fire, but 2911 says they will rebuild.
2911 comes from a verse in the Bible, Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future."
In addition to providing a safe space, these moms are taught life skills.
So you want to look and see who can see your consumer report.
Our residents don't pay rent, but they do pay a program fee if they have an income. What we find is that things that are free are devalued. So the residents pay 30% of any income that they have, which is their program fee, but half of that goes into a savings that we hold for them that's given back to them when they leave our program. So they're learning the value of savings and they're building a nest egg while they're here with us.
The nonprofit operates off donations. A summer jogathon is happening at Journey Community Church in La Mesa on July 29th. Working for our community in El Cajon, Jenny Day, CBS 8. Yeah, it was such a great group. So happy to share it with you. And some local charities are not just helping out humans. Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit that adopts dogs from local shelters and trains them to be service animals for our veterans. CBS 8's Carlo Cicchetto sat down with the charity earlier this summer to learn more about how San Diegans can help out too.
Joining us now with more on how you can help in their mission is Graham Bloom, co-founder of Shelter to Soldier, and Nikki Moore, director of training operations. And we also have Moose with us today. Moose is a very good boy.
He is a good boy.
I thank you for being here today and spending some time with us. You know, first off, for people who don't know, what exactly is it that you do?
Yeah, as you'd mentioned, you know, we're adopting dogs from shelters and rescues. We're training them over an average of 18 months to become psychiatric service dogs. And we're able to place these dogs at no charge with veterans in need.
And veterans need a lot of support. We know that suicides are a chronic problem for veterans. Yeah. PTSD is a chronic problem. There is a difficulty in getting great mental health care for them. Yeah. How important is it for them to have a partner like this come into their home and to have to become responsible for them and to them?
Yeah, it's a two-way street. You know, we say saving lives 2 at a time because the dogs need a loving landing pad and a wonderful home and support. But our veterans, we've been told time and time again that they're changing and saving lives, and they're really making a massive impact, allowing them to get back out and participate with their families more and do things on their own that they weren't able to do for some time.
What a life-changing gift. And Nikki Moore, you're the director of training, I believe?
That's correct.
And you have Moose here. How long does it take? It's such a good boy.
Good boy.
How long does it take typically from shelter to the soldier?
So usually 12 to 18 months we have the dogs training with us. About midway through that is when they meet their veteran through what we call speed dating. So they find their perfect match there, and then our veterans work with their dog for about 6 to 9 months before graduation.
And that's, they work with you. They come to the facility and they get familiar. How many people do you have working on that process? How many dogs are in the training pipeline at a time?
Yeah, right now we have 25 dogs that we're training. I have 4 amazing trainers that are working with them. They each have their own little group of dogs that they work with, as well as veterans. So we're a busy bunch.
You are a busy bunch. How many dogs over the years have you provided?
Over 70 now.
Over 70 now.
Yeah.
And is this something you guys are trying to make bigger? Are you trying to expand what you're doing?
You know, at the end of the day, we want to never say no. So yes, we're always trying to grow and expand, and we have a wait list that can be tough, right? We don't want to. So we're expanding through our continued efforts with fundraising. We're looking at buying new land and building a new space that can accommodate more dogs and more veterans. In the meantime, the team's doing an outstanding job working through those that are with us at this time, yeah.
Do you have several other handlers that work with you or trainers that work with you to train the animals? How many, and do you need more?
We always need more help.
Okay.
We have amazing trainers that are on staff with us. So we have 3 trainers that work with our dogs exclusively. And then we also have some amazing volunteers that come in and work with them as well.
And I think we have one trainer on staff here with us today, is that right?
That's right.
We've got Dawn.
Who's this? And we have a dog in training.
Yeah, so this is Dawn and Oliver. They are.
I have a yellow named Oliver. So already breaking my heart. Oh, Oliver's a good boy.
So he's doing a center command right now, and he's been in the training program, and just, you know, a rescue dog turned soon to be hero dog, right, through the Shelter to Soldier program, and Dawn is helping put all those pieces together through the amazing training.
Tell me about the event you have coming up. August 18th, you have a big event. Let's tell people.
Yes, our 11th annual Be the Light Gala. It's the Friday, August 18th at L'Auberge Del Mar. It's our largest fundraiser of the year. And we're thrilled to share that it's sold out. It's presented by Subaru. It is sold out, but people can still participate. We have an online auction, and we have an unbelievable opportunity drawing item that we've never had before that we're sharing with the community. So people could still be involved and donate and have an opportunity to win an incredible prize.
And they can just donate too, I imagine.
Yes.
What is the website address? Let's tell about it.
Shelter2soldier.org.
Fantastic mission, what you're doing. Saving lives is beautiful. You guys keep it up. Thank you for being a part of today, and best of luck at your fundraiser next month.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Good stuff, Carlo. Thank you. Well, does the name Jean McAllister ring a bell? Well, she has been helping people get sober and off of the street for decades now. The 91-year-old CEO started the McAllister Institute following her own recovery. I was able to speak with Jean, and she shows us how she's made it all possible, as well as her full-time staff who share the same passion.
We got a fentanyl crisis, we got a homeless crisis. You know, it's just crazy out here.
We've had people in our detox 15 times, you know, because you never know when that miracle is going to happen.
Yeah. Advocates from the McAllister Institute outreach program Work for Hope took me inside the homeless encampments they visit each and every day, all to make sure the people living here know about the services that are available to them.
We just need to be guided in the right direction, I feel, at times.
I feel like everyone could be one step away from where we're at.
When you're ready, come see me, all right? You're going to be all right.
I appreciate you, dude. Thank you.
Joey Rubio knows this life all too well. Decades in prison, struggles with addiction, and time on the street.
You'd be amazed at how many doors just start to open, man, and things start to get better for you, you know? I love my life today. I'm just a vessel. He's using me.
He now proudly has 7 years sober and shares his success story to inspire others.
For this fiscal year, I've gotten over 250 people off the streets.
With San Diego's growing homeless population, the McAllister Institute says the focus must be on addiction. They are seeing people younger and younger needing treatment.
Always wanted to be able to create and say, okay, we're out of business, all right? But no, it's gotten worse.
Jean McAllister, the 91-year-old founder and still current CEO, has expanded the McAllister Institute to 26 locations since it opened in 1977.
We think outside of the box, and we go beyond the call of duty.
She is humbly responsible for reuniting families, cleaning up our community, and saving countless lives. She continues to share her personal cell because she is that serious about helping those in need.
619-987-6393, because that's how I do my 12-step work.
Around 20,000 people go through their recovery programs annually. And while the McAllister Institute is mostly funded by the county, donations are always appreciated. The 11th annual Walk for Sobriety is on September 30th.
One thing that always grabs my heart is we wear our length of sobriety on our chest, and you see a woman that says, I have 359 days, I'm going to cry, clean, and she's got a child with her that says, I have 359 days of having my mother back.
A success story the McAllister Institute wants more of.
I wish people had a little more compassion, a little more, instead of looking at us like just homeless drug addicts, like we're a lot more than that, we're people.
Working for our community in Chula Vista, Jenny Day, CBS 8. Well, big thank you to you for joining us, and thank you to SDGE, the sponsor of this Working for Our Community special. I'm Jenny Day for CBS 8 Plus. Keep up the great work out there. So happy to shed light on all of the good. See you next time, and until then, take good care.